Hey there again, everyone. It's Jordan here. Back with, I believe it's week 6. I thought I'd do another video blog. I got some good responses from the last one. And again, if anyone wants to have any questions or wants me to do anything differently, or any criticisms, anything like that, just sort of add me. I know a lot of people are doing it on Twitter, so just add me. I'll put it across the bottom of the thing. And yeah, get in touch. It's great to just find out about Portland fans, Major League Soccer fans, everything like that. I say it's been a really good response on Twitter and stuff like that, especially certain people like sort of, I've just got to actually read from a list here because I wouldn't be able to remember everyone's names, but Alan Leonard, Kyle Newton, Nathan Reed, Benjamin Blanding, Rene Acosta, been really great to sort of chatting to me about Portland and sort of talking things to you about Major League Soccer, and that is just really, really cool. So yeah, Portland had sort of much more of a busy week than last week. 2 games this week, especially the home opener against Chicago, which was amazing really. I had the plan with the time difference. I had the plan that I would watch it the following day. I'd be able to download it because we worked out the time difference that it actually didn't kick off till 4 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock in the morning, which would mean staying up till 6 in the morning. So yeah, the plan was that I would not know the score, and then the next day I'll be able to download it, watch it, and enjoy it, kind of thing. And then I don't know whether you guys have an iPhone, but there's a little iPhone app called the MLS Game Center, I believe. And basically I was on my iPhone one day and just put it on, knowing that I was doing this MLS thing. And obviously it tells you to pick your team. Naturally picked the Portland Timbers. Didn't really mess about too much with the settings and stuff, and kind of forgot about it a little bit anyway on my iPhone. And then I realised that it actually sends you messages when the games are being kicked off. So basically, I got a message at about 6:30 in the morning UK time. Got a text message on my phone telling me that Portland won. So I kind of ruined the result slightly for me to watch it. But anyway, yeah. So I still wanted to watch it, and so I downloaded the next day. Big thank you to Cykel. I probably got the username completely wrong. Just for letting me sort of give me the links to download and everything like that. And yes, I watched it. I mean, the atmosphere I was quite in awe really of you fans. Really, it was incredible. I know in a lot of American sports they have like the national anthem beforehand. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's anyone. Like usually it's just one person singing it. And I don't think there's any one person singing it. I think it was pretty much the fans. I never really seen it that before. I was completely just couldn't believe it really. I was kind of, while watching it, I kind of became proud to be involved in the Portland Timbers in a very, very small little way. And yeah, I'd say the result was incredible. To score that amount of goals, I think it was just brilliant. I thought they played fantastic. I mean, I was a little bit worried at the back, slightly. I mean, I've been quite impressed with the goalkeeper, the young New Zealander, but considering that obviously our third choice. But I was a little bit worried maybe at the centre of defence, considering how I'd have liked it if we won 4-0 rather than 4-2 kind of thing. And so yeah, and then the next game was against Dallas, which I was able to actually watch live. Busy again with the time difference. I thought I have to download the next day, but luckily, so I got the time difference wrong kind of thing, because the West Coast, East Coast kind of thing. And luckily I got the message on my iPhone from the MLS app, telling me that the game was kicking off. So I was like, oh, I thought it was kicking off at like 3 in the morning my time. So I was able to luckily quickly find a stream, and I was able to watch it live. Which is brilliant. I mean, you guys are fans. I mean, stuff like just singing at the 80th minute, singing "You're My Sunshine." It was brilliant to just find out about that, and I think it's a really touching story. And it's things like that I think makes the Portland fans stand out to me. Like the atmosphere, just keep on the whole cutting of the logs as well with Timber Joy. I think is just incredible. And it's little things like that I'm just completely warming to with this whole Portland experience. And so yeah, the Dallas game was was really, really great again, but again, obviously I'd have preferred if it was a 3-0 rather than a 3-2. which I mean I haven't been able to watch 2 full games, as well as the US Open Cup game a few weeks ago. I've been able to completely sort of get into the style of football that they play. I mean, the highlights are a bit, you can't fully adjust to exactly how they're playing. So I was able to do that, and it's obviously, you know, I said before now I was a big fan of Kenny Cooper, and I still am. I think he's a great centre forward up top. He runs hard, he tackles, he's a threat in the air, he's a threat at the feet. I think he's an all-round really good player, and I think he can be. I think him and Palazzo worked actually really well, especially against Dallas. I mean, I was a little bit, I think I mentioned this on Twitter, I was a little bit, wasn't a big fan of Jorge Palazzo from the first few games, and then it kind of against Chicago, he kind of sort of proved himself slightly to me, to I think the fans and everyone else as well. I mean, the type of player that I think he is, he reminded me of the Tottenham forward Jermaine Defoe. And if anyone's watched sort of English football and who Jermaine Defoe is, he always plays off the shoulder of the last defender, always trying to beat the offside trap and sort of get one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and that's what Perlaza was doing. And again with Jermaine Defoe, he has games where he doesn't really do much, and then games where he's electric and he scores. I think against Wolves a few weeks ago he scored 2 absolutely incredible goals, and maybe that's Perlaza. I know against Dallas he wasn't as threatening as maybe Cooper was, but maybe it's just he has to sort of have his moment, and I think that came against Chicago. So it was really great to see him get on the score sheet, and we've just seen the whole team. I mean, I know against Dallas, Al Hassan was really good. So the way he was dribbling around, I think, was just fantastic, and especially Marceline and Dewsbury kind of controlled the midfield against Dallas. And considering Dallas are playing a 4-5-1 essentially, I think that's incredible. That we obviously had a less man in the heart of the midfield, and yet we still sort of controlled it, and that's just a credit to Dewsbury and Marceline. I mean, I'm very impressed with Jack Dewsbury as a captain. Captain fantastic. Getting on the score sheet, sort of creating the goals and leading the team really. I mean, the best thing a captain can do is lead by example, and I think he's been doing that. And I mean, 2 of the players actually I was really impressed with was Rodney Wallace and Purdy. I mean, as a footballer, when I play football, I play as a fullback or a winger. More at the moment as a fullback for my university, but so obviously I look out for the fullbacks a little bit more, possibly because I know how to play a little bit, and so it was interesting. I mean, as a fullback when I play, I like to get forward quite a bit, and Wallace and Purdy were doing that a lot. I mean, I think when I was watching the US Open Cup game, when I was watching it, I was doing other things, and so I had it on kind of slightly in the background, and Purdy's name was just always being mentioned on the commentary. And that's a credit to his work rate, really. I think they both players are fantastic in getting forward and tracking back. So I was very impressed with them. And I know we have Diego Chara coming in from he's Colombian, I believe, and in the heart of the midfield. And I heard he's quite a sort of a box-to-box, just checking the time, quite a box-to-box midfielder. And so I presume you take the sort of role of Marceline a little bit. Just to sort of, but I guess Marceline, I don't know, I think I was quite impressed with him against Dallas. I think he's quite commanding in the midfield. Reminds me slightly of sort of Manchester City's Nigel de Jong and Gareth Barry, sort of commanding the midfield, sort of sit back, cut out the ball, sit in front of the back four. I thought he played really well, so I don't know how Diego Chara might fit into that. It's the same as obviously I guess the goalkeeper. I was very impressed with him, and he's a third choice, but with 2 goalkeepers, Perkins and Aidan Brown. I mean, I think it'd be hard to drop the goalkeeper slightly, because as he's come out. I mean, although we have conceded, I don't believe it's the goalkeeper's fault. Essentially, I'm not too sure about with the back at the back. I think it was Brunner and Danso against Dallas and Chicago. And I don't know. I think we lacked focus and concentration towards the end. I think I mentioned on Twitter with the Dallas game that right towards the end it was sort of, in English phrases, it was squeaky bum time, which basically essentially means when it's tense in the moment you move your chair and squeak in your chair. But I think that was a phrase used quite a while ago in the Premier League, and I prefer it to not be like that. I mean, when we went 3-0 up, I was more worried about the clean sheet than scoring more goals. And I think maybe we need a leader in the back to sort of just maybe experience just to sort of head those balls out really. So I mean, maybe just, and that's how I've sort of got used to the team over the past sort of few games. It's been great to sort of see the team, and it was interesting when I watched the first Chicago game. I watched that on the Friday evening. The Saturday afternoon I was watching the Manchester United game in the FA Cup, and some of you may know, some of you may not, that I'm a big Manchester City fan. I was born and raised there, and it's interesting to go from watching a full game of MLS to sort of the FA Cup semi-final in a few hours, and it was just the contrast was massive. I didn't really expect that. I think maybe it obviously depends on the setting. Obviously the FA Cup semi-final is a big game, but it was kind of the contrast was in the FA Cup. It was very slow, more methodical, slightly like a game of chess. I think it was, and it was very much we want to keep possession, and it was more about let's not let the other team score. While rather maybe in MLS, what I've kind of got of it so far was it's more of a let's just score more than them. Maybe that's how Portland play. I don't know. I think it's maybe sort of less patient in a slight way, in that the midfielders, we don't want to kind of keep possession more. We look to attack a lot more. And that's how I'm to Major League. So that's what I've got so far from Major League Soccer, and hopefully I'll be able to watch more and more games, and keep growing on like that. But I mean, of what I've experienced so far with Portland, I think it's just a fantastic team and a fantastic city. The fans, you fans have been incredible. I don't want to brown nose or anything like that, but you guys have been sort of so warming to let me into your environment. And when I was watching the game, I was sort of calling my friends and saying, "Man, look at these fans," because I was kind of proud that I was in a small way there as well. I think it's just a credit for you fans to being so warming and so passionate about the game, really. So it's been a big week for Portland. Two great victories. We've got LA next week. That's away at Home Depot Center, and LA beat sort of Chicago Fire week just gone. But we beat the Fire, so who cares? So it should be a really good game. I look forward to seeing it. So I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.